Hello there, thank you for joining me for today's practice. Today is a postpartum practice that is about trying to support abdominal separation to come back together. So abdominal separation is something that really naturally occurs in most pregnancies, if not all pregnancies, and usually within the 6 to 12 week period post giving birth, the abdominals will just start to kind of knit themselves back together. But yeah, these poses or this practice will help that process along. And this is a practice that you can do pretty soon after giving birth because we're going to be doing everything down on the back. It's all quite gentle. It's just about activating that deeper layer of our abdominals and our pelvic floor, just connecting with our breathing and just giving yourself that bit of time just for yourself. I have just laid down a blanket just to be quite comfortable. We'll be down on our back for most of the practice. We'll come on all fours just towards the end. And I've got a bolster here for the end of the practice so we can pop that under our knees for Shavasana. If you've got something like that or a pillow, that would be great. So let's make a start. First of all, lying down onto your back, and I just want to demonstrate rolling onto your back without creating any extra strain on your abdominals here. You want to just lie down onto your side. You come down onto your side and then roll onto your back. Setting up the heels underneath the knees. Just arms down by your side, or if it feels comfortable, placing the left hand onto the belly and the right hand over your heart, chest area, and closing down the eyes. Starting to connect with your breathing. And if your hands are on the body, just breathing into your hands. Just taking this time just to notice just where you're at. And how you're feeling and how the body's feeling. And acknowledging the amazing job that the body has done through birthing your child. And also just honouring whatever feelings might be coming up for you right now, wherever you're at. Just holding yourself with kindness here. Just continue to follow the breathing in and out through the nose. And if your hands are on the body, let's release the hands down by your side, palms facing up. And starting to gently lengthen into your breath, so slowing down the inhale and slowing down the exhale. Just continue slowing down the inhale and slowing down the exhale. Just a few more, just extending into the breathing. And just know that on some days, if all you want to do is be here, following your breath, it's completely fine. There's no need to do anything else. It's a very big time post-birth. And you just want to give yourself as much time as you need to really rest whenever you can. And now we're going to start to just activate the breathing and connect with our abdominals a little bit more deliberately. But before we do that, just place one hand just underneath the lower back. So you just want to make sure you've got that lower back, that curve, that natural curve is just there. And then release the hand back out. Taking an inhale through the nose. As you exhale, think about the navel dropping in towards the spine, and then imagine just the waist just drawing in. So we're thinking about like just a corset action, just very gentle, and then inhale to release. And then again, exhaling, draw the belly button in, sides the waist, drawing in, and maybe the pelvic floor lifts up a little bit as well. And then as you inhale, releasing. Exhaling, navel drops in, sides of the waist drop in, lifting the pelvic floor up, little pause, and then inhale to release. And again, exhaling, navel drawing in, sides of the waist drawing in, pelvic floor lifts, little pause, and then inhale to release. As you exhale, the same action, and this time we're going to hold it there for a little bit longer. So navel drawing in, sides of the waist in, pelvic floor lifts. Trying to hold this in, but keep the breathing going. So you want to keep the breath easy. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then as you inhale, just releasing it all. And then once again, we're going to do that. Exhale, navel drops in, sides of the waist draw in, pelvic floor lifts, and holding here while the breath is free and easy as much as you can. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then releasing. We'll do that one more time. As you exhale, navel drops in, sides of the waist in, lift the pelvic floor, and holding, breath stays easy, face is relaxed, shoulders relax. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's release. And if you'd like to keep the eyes closed, feel free. If you want to open the eyes, that's also fine. We're going to keep working with that same action, so I'll keep cueing that, but we just add a little bit of moving now as well, okay? Just taking an inhale. As you exhale, navel draws in, sides the waist in, lift the pelvic floor, and press the lower back into the mat, starting to curl the pelvic floor up. We'll just do a really small one, first one. And then inhale to release it back down. And then exhale, navel, sides of the waist, pelvic floor, little pelvic curl up, and releasing it back down. And again, inhale, exhale, navel, sides of the waist, pelvic floor. And this time, let's keep unfurling the spine all the way up into your bridge. Taking an inhale at the top, and you can place the palms of the hand flat now if that feels good for you. Feet stay flat on the mat, and then exhale, curl the spine one vertebra at a time all the way down, releasing into your neutral position. Take an inhale, exhale, draw the navel in, sides of the waist in, pelvic floor, curling the pelvis up all the way up into your bridge, thinking about a flat line, shoulders, hips, knees, thinking about that drawing in of the abdominals. Take an inhale at the top, and then exhale, rolling all the way back down. We'll do that one more time. Inhaling, exhale, curling, the pelvis under and rolling all the way up, and this time we're going to hold. So pressing down through the base of the big toes, trying not to let the knees splay open here, keeping them parallel, thinking about that wrapping action. Keep drawing that navel in, sides of the waist in here. Breathing is free and open. Taking one more inhale, and then exhale, rolling all the way back down, one vertebra at a time. And just taking a breath, just completely relax. We're going to do some heel taps here. So you're going to take an inhale. As you exhale, draw the navel in, sides of the waist in, pelvic floor lifts. And we're going to lift that right leg up. Keep everything else stay still. If you can, you might even pop your hands here. You try not to let those ribs flare open. The pelvis is not tucking under. We're keeping everything as neutral as we can. And then we're going to drop that heel down, little tap and lift. So we're bracing here. We're drawing the sides of the waist in and the navel in. Keep the breathing easy. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Placing that right foot down, taking a full breath just in between sides. If you don't need your hands there on the lower ribs and the pelvis, then just release them back down. Take an inhale. As you exhale, just activating that center, navel, sides of the waist, pelvic floor, and then lifting that left leg up, flexing that left foot, and then keeping everything drawing in to the midline, and then tapping the heel down. I'm going to tap and lift. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. Easy breathing. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, 1, and place it back down. Just reset the feet, make sure they're parallel, hip distance apart. Taking an inhale, as you exhale, draw everything in towards the midline, and this time we're going to extend that right heel away long, flex that right foot, and then bring it back, foot flat on the mat, and then as you exhale, extend that left leg away long, flex the left foot, and then inhale back. Exhale, wrapping everything in towards the midline of the body as you extend that right heel away and bring it back in. And then exhale, left heel away, and then bring it back in. Same action, right heel extends away, but if you can, we're going to extend the arms up, keeping those lower ribs in, and then bringing that right foot back. Exhale, extend that left heel away, and inhale. Exhale, right heel away, and inhale, and exhale, the left. We'll go 4 more. This is 2. And this is 1. And just taking a moment. Now we're going to roll over to the side, and I'm going to teach you how to do the log roll. Hopefully your physiotherapist has already taught you how to do this, or your care provider has explained this to you, but you want to roll together. So you don't want to let one knee drop open and then the other knee. You want to keep everything together. Your arms down by your side, let the legs come over together. Bring the forearms down by your side, and then using your hand to help you come up to a seated position. Okay, and we're going to come over the knees into our 4-point kneeling position, or our cat-cow position. Now with some of these, if this feels like it's too strong for you, feel free to just remain on the back, or you can just go straight to resting. We're just going to do a couple of things here before we take our rest. So same action, we're going to think about the abdominals drawing in towards the midline of the body. Taking an inhale, we're not going to drop the belly down or open up through the front of the abdomen here. We're just going to stay here. As you exhale, draw everything in towards the midline, and then inhale to release. And then as you exhale, draw everything into the midline, lift the pelvic floor, and we're going to press the middle part of the spine up towards the ceiling. So a C curving through the spine. And then inhale back into your neutral, crown of the head reaching forward. So it's quite a small action. And then again, exhale, drawing everything in towards the midline, lift the pelvic floor up, C curve through the spine, and then inhale back to neutral. And one more time, exhaling, C curving through the spine, draw the belly button in, and then inhale back to neutral. Taking another in-breath here. And then as you exhale, draw everything in towards the midline. Keep the spine as stable as you can and extend that right arm away. And we're just going to hold it here for 3, for 2, for 1. Placing that right hand back down, taking a breath in between sides. And again, take an inhale. As you exhale, draw everything in towards the midline of the body. And then extend that left arm away. Crown of the head is reaching forward. And then let's release that down. And then sitting back into your child's pose, you could have the knees together if that feels comfortable, or otherwise knees wide. Letting the head relax out. Relax the arms. And let's bring the hands underneath the shoulders, sit yourself up, and then coming over onto one side of the hip, extending the legs out long in front of you. Have your bolster or your pillow really close by to you, so you can set it up underneath the knees, but we're going to reverse that log roll. So legs together, lying down onto your side, and then lying down onto your back. And then if you've got your bolster or your pillow and you want to use that, just popping that into position here, right underneath the knees. Take a bit of time, make yourself feel comfortable, letting the body just start to rest down into the mat, closing down the eyes. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. One more time. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just allow the breath to settle back into its natural rhythm, however it wants to be. Just very lightly continue to follow the breathing in and out through the nose. Just completely surrendering the weight of the body. Just allowing yourself to come to rest for the next few minutes. Please feel free to stay here for as long as you need to. Thank you so much for joining me for today's practice. I'll see you next time. Namaste.